Arsenal now battle Liverpool for £50 million AFCON star in January. It's not Diomand. Meanwhile, Edu is alerted to Arsenal's transfer target release clause, and Everton's FFP burden gives hope for transfer to Arsenal, while Arteta eyes the excellent ace worth £75 million. Watch until the end to capture every detail. But before that, if you are also passionate about Arsenal, subscribe to the channel now and stay up to date with everything that happens behind the scenes of the biggest team in the Premier League. Without further ado, let's get to today's updates. Mikel Arteta is eager to add a new fullback to his Arsenal squad this month. Fabrizio Romano has already confirmed that the Gunners consider signing a fullback to be a priority for the current January transfer window. However, Arteta has even grander plans than that when it comes to the flanks of his defense. The Spanish coach is plotting an overhaul of his options in these positions, and wants to assemble a more tactically versatile and injury-resistant group of wide defenders than he can currently call upon. According to FootballTransfers, this fullback revolution at the Emirates Stadium could begin with the capture of Rayan Ait-Nouri. However, the Gunners face competition from Liverpool for the 22-year-old signature, and Wolves are said to want at least £50 million in exchange for the player's services. The fact that Ait-Nouri is currently representing Algeria in the Africa Cup of Nations adds a further layer of complexity to any potential deal. Ait-Nouri is not the only defender at AFCON that the North London club have their eye on either. Arsenal are also thought to hold an interest in sporting centre-back Ousmane Diomand. Who is Arsenal target Rayan Ait-Nouri? Ait-Nouri has been a key player for Wolves since his arrival at Molineux in 2020. The left-back has caught the eye with his attacking endeavour. He is so comfortable in more advanced areas of the pitch that he is equally adept in a wide midfield role as he is at full-back. It would be fascinating to see how Ait-Nouri is able to adapt to the left-back role at Arsenal, as Arteta generally requests his player in this position to play in an inverted fashion. This means that the Arsenal left-back is expected to regularly move infield, into the middle of the park, and play like a midfielder in the build-up phases of attacks. Ait-Nouri has the technical level to suggest that he could adapt to this demand. He would certainly be a more natural fit for the role than Jakub Kiwior, who is really a centre-back, but has been required to fill in on the left at times this season. Current first-choice left-back, Oleksandr Zinchenko, is an expert at this inverted role, but he has his flaws as a player and is considered something of a defensive liability, as well as being injury-prone. In the long term, Ait-Nouri could represent an upgrade on the Ukrainian. Arsenal have been linked with a move for Crystal Palace sensation Mikel Arteta, and they are now aware of a release clause in his contract. Arteta signed a new deal at Crystal Palace in the summer, but a caveat of his contract was that he would have a release clause which will kick in during the upcoming summer transfer window. A move in this January window can be ruled out, but in the summer, Arsenal could very well swoop in for the Frenchman, having been linked in recent weeks. Arteta has been sensational for Crystal Palace, with 5 goals and an assist in just 9 appearances this season. Arsenal aware of Mikel Arteta's release clause. A report from TalkSport has now revealed that Arsenal, as well as Chelsea, Manchester United and Manchester City, have been alerted to Arteta's release clause, which sits above £50 million. Recent reports indicated that Arteta's preference is to stay in London, and he is an Arsenal fan from childhood. Arsenal need to add more pace to the squad. Gabriel Martinelli is the only starting winger with explosive speed, and Reiss Nelson has seldom been trusted this season. Leandro Trossard has disappointed at times, whilst Bukayo Saka has hit a bad patch of form amid concerns that he is playing too many minutes. Would Mikel Arteta be great for Arsenal? The Frenchman would provide genuine competition for Saka on the right wing and could be trialled in different positions such as midfield or on the left as a utility option. He would add speed, technical brilliance, and creativity to the Arsenal attack, which is currently struggling for open play goals. Arsenal need more variety and unpredictability in their attacking roster, and Arteta would provide that in abundance as one of the best dribblers in the Premier League. Arteta's refusal to give proper chances to Emile Smith-Rowe and Nelson has meant that he perhaps does not fully trust his squad players, and having a player like Arteta to bring off the bench or rotate into the team would give Arsenal a massive boost over the course of the season. Although his price tag may look steep, he could be a strong option for years to come, and would already arrive with bags of Premier League experience under his belt. Arsenal have also been linked with Pedro Neto of Wolves, but Ali's release clause and preference to stay in London may mean his is the easier transfer to complete. Arsenal have now joined Manchester United with an interest in the transfer of Jarrad Branthwaite, with Everton likely needing to cash in after a second breach of FFP rules. The Premier League announced on Monday that Everton, as well as Nottingham Forest, had confirmed that they were in breach of its profit and sustainability rules. It is also the second successive season that the Blues exceeded the £105 million limit for losses in a 3-year period. Everton are still appealing the 10-point deduction that an independent commission issued in November for their FFP breach between the 2019-20 to 21-22 seasons. A new independent panel will now study the Toffees and Nottingham Forest's charge relating to 2021 to 22-23. Arsenal join Manchester United in tracking Everton's Branthwaite. Everton's latest FFP breach could also now play into the hands of their Premier League rivals, as Arsenal and Manchester United are both interested in the transfer of Branthwaite. That is according to Alex Crook, who told TalkSport, 16/1/1236, he is the Blues' most sellable star. Crooks also claims there is now every chance that Everton will have to sell their 21-year-old enforcer this summer. Selling the centre-back would represent pure profit for their books, as he still counts as a homegrown player. The Toffees can also demand a huge fee for his move. Branthwaite is a product of Carlisle United's academy but joined Everton for only £1 million back in January 2020. Now, Team Talk has reported that Goodison Park Chiefs value their England U21 gem at £75 million. Everton have set their price on Wesley Fofana's move to Chelsea in 2022. Everton's second FFP breach offers Arsenal further transfer hope. Crook also reports that Branthwaite has a wealth of suitors, with Arsenal, Manchester United and Newcastle United keen to keep the Everton gem in the Premier League. Real Madrid are also scouting the Carlisle native, as Carlo Ancelotti has continued to follow his development. Ancelotti gave Branthwaite his Premier League debut whilst Everton's manager in July 2020. He ushered the prospect through just 2 weeks after his 18th birthday, but it was not until this season that the defender became a first-team regular after getting in Sean Dyche's side. Branthwaite has started in 18 of Everton's 21 Premier League fixtures so far this season after watching their opening 2 games on Dyche's bench. He has also played all 1,620 minutes in the matches he has started. The youngster sat out a 2-0 win at Burnley through suspension. It is not just for Everton where Branthwaite has become a pivotal player, too. He helped PSV Eindhoven win the KNVB Cup whilst on loan last term. Lee Carsley also gave him his England U21 debut in June and called Branthwaite outstanding after captaining them in November. Now, Everton's second breach of the Premier League's FFP rules offers Arsenal further hope for Branthwaite's transfer. He is also not the only Toffee star on Gunners boss Mikel Arteta's radar. Amadou Onana continues to be linked with a switch from Goodison to North London. Well, folks, those were today's news. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay informed about everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell so you won't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and see you in the next video.